Good morning. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Sunnyside Journals and welcome to 30 minutes of my day. It is bright and early. Hubby is off to work. He works this weekend, so he was up before the sun came up and he's gone, but he's happy. He loves that. So I'm happy that he's happy. Now, hold on. I have to set a timer. Otherwise, I will talk right through and get cut off because my phone is very rude. Hey, Google, I want to set a timer.
Okay, for how long?
28 minutes.
Okay, 28 minutes. Starting.
There we go. Now Google will yell at me when my time's up. So, I spent the week doing paperwork. So today, actually for the weekend, I promised myself no paperwork. There's no need to do paperwork on the weekend because I can't do anything about it anyways. Everything that are offices or things like that, official things, they're not open anyhow, so I shouldn't be open either. That's the way I look at it. So I did give myself time to work on my own little altered book this week, and I did get the cover finished, and I added a word snippet, which I like. Tomorrow I shall be good. Not necessarily today. And then this hasn't changed, but I did prep the next page, so when I'm feeling inspired, maybe later today, I will play with this a bit. I rather like it. I've already had to make my first repairs, but so be it. That's the fun, right? So I'm going to put this aside. I have a few things I want to do today. I want to start working on the papers for Mary Magdalene here. Since this is an art book on freehand and perspective drawing, there we go, I anticipate that it's going to be mostly blank papers, but I still want them to have character. So I'm going to use tea-dyed blank papers, and I will put in some lined paper, maybe one leaf per signature, so that if the new owner has some writing to do rather than drawing, sketching, collaging, that sort of thing, then they'll have a lined leaf per signature. Now, what did I want to do? I want to darken up my gesso. So, let me find the color I used. Oh, now I forget which one I used. I think I used this one, golden brown. All right. All right. And then I have to show you a glue I found this week at Dollar Tree. Although I was very sad to find out here in Canada they should be changing it to $1.50 Tree. Everything, I don't know my fellow friends who are Canadians, if you've noticed, Dollar Tree, everything's $1.25 now. So, pardon me, $1.50. It always was $1.25 for us up in Canada. I mean, our dollar's just not as strong as other dollars around the world. So it's still a good deal. And even $1.50 is still a good deal for many of the things. You sort of have to know what's good and what don't buy, what you shouldn't buy at dollar stores. Anyhow, I found, it's funny because a friend of mine over messaging over on Etsy, she spotted this too. It was at the same time. She said, I found Beacon glue at Dollar Tree. And I said, yeah, I did too this week. And I got to tell you, it would not surprise me if it's not 3-in-1 or Fabri-Tac. It really wouldn't surprise me. I've already been playing with it, but I've got so many bottles already open of, 3-in-1. This is 3-in-1. This is Fabri-Tac. I've already got so many open, but I wanted to try this because I thought, is this what I think it is? And it certainly works exactly the same way. I've tried gluing it with fabric and paper, and it holds very well. And it's acetone based as opposed to water based, which is why we like Fabri-Tac and 3-in-1, because it's acetone based, less chance of buckling. Oh, here we go, buckling your paper and warping it, and that because it's acetone based, and that's why it caught my eye. First of all, because it said Beacon, and then it caught my eye because it said that you can. Where does it say it now? Maybe it says it on this side. Can be thinned with a small amount of acetone. And that's when I got excited and I thought, So I played with it, and I think it is. I think it's 3-in-1 and Fabri-Tac. If you've got a Dollar Tree near you, go see if they've got it. Play around with it, because that's certainly, for me, $1.50 for 1.75 ounces. This is 8 ounces of Fabri-Tac, and I was at Michael's the other day, and this size bottle of Fabri-Tac at Michael's was $24.99. Oh my goodness. So if this is it, think about it, 5 of these still comes to what? Don't make me do math this early in the morning. It's less than $10 to buy 5 of these to get a similar amount. I hesitate making it known that maybe I don't want Beacon to find out that us junk journalers figured it out. Because then they'll try and pull a fast one on us. Alrighty, let's put some paper down. I just want to, my ivory gesso is not ivory enough. I've been playing with it a little bit, and I need it a little more ivory. It's just not ivory enough, so I'm going to be bold and go in here with quite a bit. And stir that up. Come on. I wonder if I should use my palette knife. I might get a better stir happening. Yeah, so this was the week of paperwork, phone calls. Any of you who've lost a loved one know all the work that's involved in that, and thank you cards. It was lovely. Some people made donations. We sort of asked that in lieu of flowers, please donate to the Alzheimer's Society. And I still got flowers anyways, which was such a treat. I love fresh flowers. And so I'm kind of glad that some of them disobeyed my request because it was lovely. I wonder if maybe I should go in with that darker one. I have a, what was it, raw sienna? Let's be adventurous. Where'd it go, raw sienna? There we go. Let's just do it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, I haven't used that in a while. I should have known better. Fortunately, it's gesso. That's just acrylic. Yeah. So that won't hurt anything. That tiny little blop in this big container. There we go. All right, well, let's put a bit more in. I have a feeling I need to be bold to get the tint in here that I want. That's better. That's better. All right. And where'd I put the lid? There we go. Well, lesson learned. Shake up your paint when you haven't used it in a while. All right, I think that's finally now going to be okay. Yeah, good. Okay. All right, Ivory Gesso. Now you are ready for playing. Let's put you out of the way. I was already playing a little bit with my altered book. There we go. Now, I want to make sure there's nothing here that's going to get on Mary before I lay her down. So that means this needs to go in the sink. Hold on. All right, now, where's your basket, Mary? There we go. Well, we are having lovely spring weather here in my neck of the woods, which I've been thoroughly enjoying. And so far there's no sign of it easing up. This is how long it's been since I paid attention to Mary. I haven't even touched her spine in here, and we made that ages ago. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at your spine, Mary. There we go. Oh, that's a very nice little spine. There. I just wrote drawing on it, in case you're wondering, because I made the Wealthy Donor's spine at the same time, and I didn't want to get them mixed up. Let's take a look-see. And now I don't even think I'm going to use the Wealthy Donor's spine. As I mentioned, I think I'm going to... It feels sturdy enough without it. Let's see. Oh, that's lovely. Perfect. That's what I want. I'm happy. my little, I was very excited to see on Instagram, my little Kirby church book sale will be starting up in April. May 1st. Usually they start in April. But just to be on the safe side, because of COVID, they're giving themselves a little bit more time. And I don't blame them, because some of the helpers, like who handle the cash and who handle making sure this the number is correct, the number of people that are inside is correct, they stay outside in the fresh air because they're seniors. And so I'm quite sure that also motivated their choice for April, so that poor Brian and Kevin don't freeze outside on our behalf, on us book lovers' behalf. So, oh, you know what? See, I'm all over the place today, but I forget what I covered and what I didn't. Laura, you mentioned about putting a column from that cemetery book, my London cemetery book. So then I started hunting through it. That column was too short and too fat, but I loved your idea. And that's why I did find a column. This column was out of an old encyclopedia. And I played around with it a bit with a bit of marker to accentuate the lines on the column. And I gave Frida, I restored her column for her because of that famous painting she did of herself called The Broken Column. So there she is. She's got her wings that she gave herself. I did a bit of doodling in her halo. And then, of course, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, tomorrow I shall be good. Today I shall, well, do what I want. So I have 5 pre-measured for signatures for Mary. And because I usually start with the outside, it doesn't necessarily end up staying the outside, because quite often I'll use something pretty, especially for the first and last signature. I'll switch it out for pretty paper and just put this one on the inside. But just to begin with, to make sure I'm even Steven, I always start off with 5 pieces of paper that are measured in the correct size. Now, I can't remember whether I made too many, and that's why I have this in the basket. So let's see if this is the same size. So this could be a very exciting episode. Yes, that is the same size. Okay. This could be a very exciting episode of Catherine cutting and folding paper. But you know what? Not everything about junk journals is thrilling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, let's see how warped you might be. When you tea dye paper, sometimes it can warp. Not bad. And I think I will leave these long and fold them. So I think we will trim that off. Normally I would fold them first. I wonder if I should. No. Let's just trim. This is going to be a art book with character. Oh wait, I do have to trim it first, because I can't put it into my cutter this long. That's too long for my cutter. But I may. How wide are you? I am off screen. Sorry. Sometimes this is easier. So why shortcut? Why give yourself shortcuts? You want it nice. Catherine, do it nice. Okay. Then I'm going to use this just to give myself a folding scored edge. We've got robins back. Now our little juncos. I love juncos. Tiny little gray bird with white tummies. They're still here. So we sort of have an overlap this year. Because the robins are back and the juncos haven't left. Juncos like cold weather. And they will usually start moving back north again. When it starts warming up, and they will go and hunt out colder weather. And also the boys will leave first. Apparently the boys like to go and claim their territory up north. So when the ladies finally arrive, they can say, look at my territory. I'm sure you'd like to create a few families with me. So we have a little overlap this year of juncos and robins. I gave myself a pedicure yesterday. It's not the same as having someone else do it, but I'm not ready for someone else. I'm not ready to go and have a pedicure yet. That seems, for me, a little bit too extravagant when I want numbers better. But I did let them chop almost 9 inches off my hair because I couldn't stand it anymore, and the weight of it was giving me a headache. So that felt good. But I gave myself a pedicure. It's funny, where I live here in Canada, to get your hairstylist license, you must be fully trained, of course, and tested in all manners of pedicure, manicure, waxing, electrolysis. To get your license, you have to be fully trained in all of those things so that you are qualified to run a salon. But on the other hand, in my province, people who do pedicures and manicures and such do not need a license. So isn't that strange? All those years I was doing hair, I didn't opt to continue doing pedicures and manicures and all that such. I did waxing once in a while. I didn't mind if someone's color was processing and she needed to, her brows or upper lip done. I didn't mind doing that. But yeah, it kind of cracks me up. Now, I think in British Columbia, estheticians have to be licensed. And that makes sense to me. An esthetician can do a lot of damage and harm if they don't know what they're doing. And especially as far as sterilizing implements. Because you can draw blood when you're doing manicures and pedicures. So I'm sure it'll be a matter of time before they have to be licensed like the rest of us. There we go. I may still flip that back in, but I just find that the easiest to ensure that I've got it the same width. If you try and flip it in, it's harder to do it that way. All right, so now I can trim these. And of course I went and folded it inside so that the Where'd my paper go? There. I just want to trim this off. And I already did it, but I'll do it again. Oh, wait. I want that fold. Then I know that it's even Steven. So I'm taking off. No, wait, Catherine, don't try and shortcut. Taking off that much. You. Oh, I like that brown. Let's do this side. Yeah, I like that brown too. All right, well, let's do this side. Sometimes, depending on how the paper was laying in the pan of tea, can determine if one side, one edge is a little bit darker than, say, the other edge. And I love that coloring. So I want to save it if I can. There we go. Oh, both of those are good. Oh, wow, this is old paper. This was like 2 seasons ago because I can see the rock patterns. I used to just lay them out on my tables in the backyard and hold them down with rocks so that they didn't go flying away. And now I've got my nifty little clothes rack. A Crafty Crush taught me that little secret. Just hang your papers on a clothes rack. It's brilliant. She's not just a pretty face. You know what? All right, I'm going to be silly, but I want to... There we go. I want that fold up there at the top. That's better. I know that's not the normal way to cut, but I wrote my little... See how that's a fold. I don't even know if I'm in. Hold on. There we go. That gives me more room. I wonder when my timer is going to yell at me. And I'm wondering what's for lunch today. Seeing as hubby's not home. Oh, maybe mini frozen pizza. Maybe I can get all these papers done today and sew them into a text block. Wow. Oh. What have you done? Oh, I hate that. All right. And you're ready. All right. Still have more to do, but this is a start, right? So, and here's where, because I've already numbered these, I can just start filling them. Now, I'm doing more signatures. These are 5 signatures, and normally one would think 5 signatures is too much for a spine that wide. But I like, oh yes, I like lots of signatures, and I don't mind if they have to be smaller. You're still going to end up with a nice amount of paper, so you're just spreading it out. That's number 4. That's number 5. So where'd number 3 go? 1. Oh. Yeah, there's a mystery to be solved. Well, then that's what you are. That's what you are. Okay. All right. Figured you out. So 1, 2, 3. Now I also need to, before I get cut off, I'm at 29 minutes, so I'm all right. I will be going in to the original text block. Here it is. I want to save this because it has the copyright date, 1919, right here. And you know I love that. And then there are some, I don't want to miss out on those. Look how pretty. So I'm going to see what I want to use in here. And any pretty pages. Wow, look at that. There's a column for you. I may just include them in with the book when it goes to its new owner so that they can have fun with it. See that? I love that. And I want to include something like that because what a nice background for collaging on that. That's very interesting. So that's probably after I finish folding. I want to do a bit more blank paper. As I said, mostly blank. No lace in this book. And I want to add the lined paper. Now I've lost the lined paper. Oh well, I will find the lined paper. So, I'm off. Have a great rest of your Sunday, everyone. And we will talk soon. Hopefully next week I won't have so much paperwork to do and I can play at my desk a little more often. Take care. We'll talk soon. Bye.